There. So I was driving earlier today on the freeway, um, and I was thinking to myself, what are the things that agitate me the most? And one of my biggest ones is bad driving. I mean, I don't care where you are, where you live, just bad driving in general is aggravating. And today it just so happened that it's raining, and it's raining pretty bad. That's when stupidity goes up like 10 points when it comes to people and driving. And I understand if you want to drive slower than normal, you're trying to take precautions, you're afraid, you're going too fast, but don't go on the freeway. I don't understand why you want to go on the freeway if it's downpouring and you're already cautious and you're already kind of nervous. I say this because I had a lady do this to me earlier. I was going on the freeway going home, and she for some reason thought it would be a good idea to go on the freeway and go 35 miles per hour in the slow lane. And granted, it is a slow lane and you are supposed to go slower than normal, maybe a little bit, because the speed limit is 65. But if you're going 35, you're going less than, a standard road. So I don't understand that, and it made me realize it can cause a lot of accidents. It's probably one of the top reasons why we do have accidents, because if a person is going 35 miles per hour on the freeway, and then there's people who are going a little bit faster, maybe 45, trying to merge into the freeway, and you see this person going really slow and you're trying to time it right, you might collide. Also, when new lanes are merging in, it gets very dangerous. I know in California we get a lot, especially in LA, we get a lot of merging lanes, and it's very nerve-wracking when you have someone in front of you who you can tell that is a little afraid of driving. And I literally had to be like 2 car spaces behind her because I didn't know when she was going to slam on her brakes. And when you slam on your brakes, especially when it's raining, you start gliding, that's very scary. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's so aggravating. There's so many things that people can do to avoid accidents. And I feel like nowadays, especially with like the 10 years that I've been driving, granted, it's not a whole lot, but just with what I've observed, you can avoid these simple things if you just be considerate of other people around you. And I think it's important to know. I recently taught John how to drive, and let me tell you, it's one of the biggest, hardest responsibilities anyone could have. And I personally give respect to the driving instructors, because it's difficult. Someone else is has that control, and you can't control, and you can't help them. The only way you can is to remain calm and keep them calm if there is a situation, but it's all them. And it's definitely like what the DMV says, driving is a privilege, not a right, and it's very scary. And I want everyone to be more cautious. I'm, for one, we all make mistakes, and I admit right off the bat that there's times where I don't pay attention or I don't look hard enough for pedestrians. I told John, always look out for pedestrians before you turn. So there's just like little things, nitpick things that, I think that is important that everyone should take into account. And please do not text and drive. I try not to do that, but I had this lady earlier that was, again, driving slower than normal traffic, and she was texting, and she kept pushing her brakes every like certain amount of feet going forward. So it really irritated me. I guess today was just a very awkward day, I guess, because I literally had all these different types of situations. I had a lady that cut right in front of me that didn't even look, and it was my right of way, because it was in a parking lot, for God's sakes. And I think the amount of stupidity is definitely going up, which is sad, but it's easier nowadays to get a license. And I think a lot of us are very careless. I make careless mistakes, so I take part in that too. But I think it's important that you are considerate of others driving around you, especially pedestrians and people on bikes, even though if they're not being that considerate, you got to watch out for them because you don't want to hurt them. Just do a nice job of driving. And please be safe out there. So thank you for letting me kind of vent my little aggravation out. But it's definitely raining right now in Fresno. It's downpouring and it's scary, and I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to stay inside. I did a little mini video, but I'm not going to go out there. It's lightning and thunder and scary. It's actually kind of weird because I'm used to it in Florida, but in California, when it rains all day. And it's nice, and I love the weather. I love how, I guess, a certain smell, because it's colder when it rains here. In Florida, it's hot and steamy and gross. So a lot of very different climate environments, but I can't wait to be back in Florida for a bit. I'm very sad to leave, especially leaving this one. Anyhow, I'm going off the topic again. My main topic was careful and efficient driving. So please think of others when you drive. Yay! Yay! And we're going to end with that. All right, bye. Say bye-bye. Yeah, we're done? Yeah, we're